go.
How are people making these amazing videos? You see them on your feed. Cinematic, AI-generated clips that look like they cost thousands of dollars to produce. Fight scenes that feel like anime, product shots that look like Super Bowl ads, even the B-roll stuff look like it's from a Netflix set. Well, by the end of this video, you're going to know how to do it yourself. We're going to be walking to Higgsfield AI, and we're going to be focusing on two tools, Seedance 2.0 and Cinema Studio 3.5. And we're going to pair all that with Anthropic's Claude so you can do the planning, the scripting, and get all of the structure you need so you can be your own AI director. Let's get it. If you're new here, my name is Caleb King. I spent my whole career working in tech. I worked my way up from software engineer to engineering director by the age of 30. And now I'm an AI architect helping people use AI to get real business outcomes. And if you want to know more about me, or you want to work with me, or you even have a question on Caleb, I saw this video, can you help me do X, Y, and Z? Reach out to me. If you want to find out more, check out my site. Today's video is sponsored. You might be wondering, what is Higgsfield? Well, Higgsfield is a video generation platform that gives you access to multiple frontier video models all in one place. You can see here, we have Seedance 2.0, we have Kling, 3Motion, Sora 2, Veo, Grok, Wan. Pretty much, instead of me spending all my time and effort trying to pay for multiple subscription services, I can go to one platform. And it gives you a full suite of tools for directing, stitching, composing, everything you really need to make it feel like a real film. Now, there are two things we're going to be focusing on today. Like I said, Seedance, Cinema Studio. But let me just give you a little insight, because for future videos, I'm working on my own startup called EchoCart. It's an AI shopping assistant. Pretty much using AI to find the best deals on the internet. And one of the things I want is a UGC factor. Now there's Creatify, there's ArcAds, but I already pay for Higgsfield. They are trying to be the all-in-one platform. And let me just show you how cool Higgsfield is. This is not the focus of today's video, but this just gives you an insight. This is a UGC video. Let me just play this for you quick.
Okay, watch this. These are the LZY VOO pocket leggings. High waist is snatching, and the pockets actually fit my phone. Super soft, squat proof feel, perfect for yoga or errands. I'm kind of obsessed.
That was all made with one prompt. And instead of me paying for multiple services, it's already here in Higgsfield. So if you like something like that and you want to see a video, let me know in the comment section below. So what is Seedance? Let's go to the source. Seedance, as you can see, comes from the company ByteDance. It's a video generation model. You give it a prompt, it gives you a short cinematic clip. But what makes Seedance 2.0 different, and why I fell over your feed right now, it's really three things. First, motion. Most AI video models, they still struggle with real motion. Everything ends up being that dreamy slow motion where you just know that's AI. And Seedance handles actual motion. Punches are landing, the camera's tracking, subjects aren't just falling apart or looking weird. Second, prompt adherence. You tell Seedance what you want, it actually does it. You don't have to play prompt roulette, generating 10 versions to get that one that matches your idea. And third is speed. The generations come back fast enough where you can iterate, and the iterations is really how you get good output, because your seed, the name of the game, is multiple iterations. Now look, there are plenty of places that access video models right now, but the reason I run Seedance inside of Higgsfield instead of going somewhere else is simple. Higgsfield gives me a proper workspace. You can switch models, adjust aspect ratios. If you see here in our video section here, you can see in like one video alone, here I can pick different models. Sometimes when you're messing around with these tools in the AI space, one model might be better than another. Sometimes you try one model 5 times, you hate it, so you switch to another one. Sometimes the fast version of a model gives you what you want, but then the official version, which takes more credits, might be the quality. I like keeping things simplistic. So being in one platform, being able to stitch all these shots together without leaving the platform, that really matters when you're trying to make something that's more than one clip. Now I'm going to assume you've never done anything with AI, and if you haven't, welcome to the channel. Make sure to like and subscribe. But a lot of people just want to know, how can I recreate something that I saw? You sign up using my link in the description, you're going to get a little bit more of a hookup. And when you go to Higgsfield, once your account is created, I just like to tell people, go to a video that you like, and they have the reference library here. And this is called Casual Monster Slay. You upload your face, you pick your aspect ratio, and then it'll just prompt you with, this is how many credits it's going to cost you, and you hit generate. And let me just show you a few that I really enjoyed. Now here, these are all just from that reference library. My son really enjoyed this one, guy. I even like how it has the background detail, like, yo, who is this dude? If you guys didn't know, I'm a huge WWE fan, so I had to do the wrestling one. Now here where most beginners get stuck, they write these dense overloaded prompts and the model just chokes on it. Seedance works best when you can really focus on the subject, the action, the environment, the camera, the lighting, and really 6 to 10 words per section. If you don't get fancy, you can get something like this. Now you can see here, I added my reference photo. I thought this looked pretty good. By the way, all these prompts I'm going to be showing you, what I'm going to do for this week is we're going to publish a video first, and then if you subscribe to the newsletter, completely free by the way, I'm going to give you all the prompts so you can make these Seedance videos yourself without any guesswork. Now, the scene that I was really trying to figure out, I was like, oh, I want to do like a trailer where like an alien is crashing at a EDM type concert. I'm at the concert having a good time, and then I'm just like, gotta get to work. And you can see here, I did a few different iterations, and some were better than others. And one thing I'll call out, anytime you up the resolution, it's going to cost more credit. So my advice is when you're playing around with it, try to keep your duration anywhere from 9 to 10 seconds until you kind of figure it out, and then keep it lower so you can get to where you want, and then bump it up 720, 1080p. This is where I feel like Seedance is impressing me at this point in time. I love that intro. I love camera angle shifting, but you'll see it gets better over time. And I want to show you my favorite one, and then we're going to hop into a little bit more fun stuff. That to me looked like Hollywood cinematic grade A CGI right there, man. And this was all messing around with Seedance. Now, one thing I'll tell you, Seedance great at creating these individual clips, but you might be wondering, Caleb, I want to like make something that like really sticks together. I got you. Here's a real secret for making this easy. I don't write Seedance prompts from scratch. I give Claude a rough idea in plain English, and then have Claude do all this magic so it can give me a prompt that I can use. The more you play with this, the more creative you will get. Because when I first started doing this, I was like, I want to be at a concert and I want, you know, alien crashing. But then I was like, you know, it's kind of cool because if it was real life and the alien actually crashed, what's the first thing people go do? Run, of course. But then you have some people filming on their phone, and I was like, you know, I just watched In the Watch recently, and I like that movie, but it has security camera and POV from an iPhone, and then wide shot and cinema, and then like aerial, and like you have all these different views. So I kind of started messing around with it, and then I came up with an idea where I'm like, I want to see if I can create like a scene, and this is where Cinema Studio comes into play. I like to sometimes have 2 or 3 tabs so I don't get lost in translation here. But if you think of Seedance 2.0, that helps you make clips. Cinema Studio 3.5 is where those clips become a film. And Cinema Studio in Higgsfield, it's pretty much like you in AI director mode. Instead of generating one shot at a time, you can be planning and directing a whole sequence, multiple shots, specific camera language, visual continuity, composition. You can even build your settings and your characters and have them be consistent throughout. Let me kind of show you towards the end where I was trying to like make something. You'll see my first one here. I just want to see if I get a video created. Let me just show you how simple this prompt was. So you can see here for that first clip right here, I just have the camera, which is raw chaos, light, overhead fall, color teal and orange, clean, digital, limb, anamorphic. Not super complicated. Now you can see over my next few iterations, this is me building a character. And this is what I like about Cinema Studio. And Higgsfield is probably the only company I know doing this right now, where you can build out your characters and your settings and then use those characters. So it took me a minute, but similar to anything else, you're gonna have to refine it, play with it, tinker. But once you get to a point where you like it, you can start placing those characters right into the scenes themselves. You can see here, this is my consistent character. I made this redhead. You can see it's just an image of myself. And then I created this prompt, and this was a very long-winded prompt. And honestly, I wasn't getting exactly the output that I wanted. I started actually reducing the prompt, making it a little bit simpler. And the AI models are getting so good, guys. You can make something like I did here, which I'll show you this scene real quick. Again, the consistency between these two is great. The fact that homie throws a punch at nobody is hilarious. Editing check, you can get creative and get some of this out here. But you'll see here, I was doing multiple generations. So you'll see you can pick your model. So I do Cinema Studio 3.5. Your seconds, anywhere from 8 to 15. I like to say somewhere in the middle. Now be careful, every time you change it, it's going to change your resolution. You want to drop it because look at that. It went down to 27. If I do 1080p, that's 108. That's 3 times as much. Then you want to keep your aspect ratio consistent. I like to do batches of 4, and I like to keep the sound on, because when you can do those two things, the idea, if I can generate 4, 1 is hopefully a hit. Now, when you open Cinema Studio in Higgsfield, you're going to see your scene planner like you see here. You're going to lay out your shots in order, and you're going to assign camera type for each one. You can see here, you can have different genres. I like to stick with action and epic, but after that, you can go into your style. Now, you could keep it auto, and you can even customize your lighting, or you keep all this. And one of the things I like to do is when I'm planning this out in Claude, like you just saw me do here, I'm going to tell it, give me different angles. And, you know, here's kind of like the arc. And remember, Claude is an AI tool that's going to help you with the writing. The best movies, sure, they can look good, but if the story isn't anything, no one really cares. So that's why I like Claude. It can kind of come in here and it will give you the shot by shot, like we talked about, the action, the lighting, the camera, the different scenes, the different POV, again, security cam, the iPhone vertical handheld, the POV, the cinematic wide shot. This is where Claude is super powerful. And like I said, you guys are lucky because Opus 4.7 is out. They're letting everybody pretty much test it. You pair that with what you're doing over here. And I was like, let's have a story where like I enter a hotel room. Now you can see here, I have 3 iterations of it. Now here's the consistency of the character. But when I didn't have that character, I would walk in and get a lot of these different results. I got her, I got this one over here. It gave me some Drewski hairstyle, and this is why having a character built out will help, because you want that consistency. But when you don't do it, you get some funny results. And again, I think it looked pretty good with the blonde hair. Let me know in the comment section what y'all think. And then you're gonna see here, like I just try to build out different scenes. Now some scenes are better than others, of course. At the time, I was trying to get my dog involved. Just felt like I couldn't figure out the dog scene. And this isn't exactly what I want, but this is like what I'm talking about. You have to try, you have to see what's working for you, and you have to tailor it. Around this point in time, I started creating my story. So this is what Claude, what you just saw me show you, was able to figure out. Like, here is me pulling up an SUV, and then after I'm pulling up an SUV here, walking into the building, and you can see you get the different angles. Now you can see this is like a security camera, right? Me walking right by, but then it gives me like a different angle. That to me is just so cool, having the different angles. You can see I made 4 videos of me being in the elevator, and what I usually do is once I kind of figure out how to, I just hit the heart button, or I download it right away. You can kind of see the point. Like you can see each scene is being progressed, and it's progressing the story. Now, if I want to take this to the next level, we need to consider, you know, audio design, which might be another video. But with Cinema Studio, with Seedance, it generates pretty good audio, and good enough where you can actually create the story. You know, I liked it because I was like, oh, where am I going? I got this POV view, help, room. It even had the cool reflection. Like that right there, to me, is next level. So this is just a taste of what you can do. And at the very end of the video, I'm going to stitch this all together. You can kind of see what I made. Is it perfect? No, but is it better than anything I've ever done before? Absolutely. Well, here's what I actually think is happening here. Someone who's worked in software for a long time, the bottleneck used to be access to the tool, but now everyone has access. The bottleneck has moved up the stack. It's taste, it's direction, it's knowing what good shots look like and being able to describe it. That's why Claude matters in this pipeline. You're not just using it to generate content for you, you're using it as a creative collaborator that translates your taste into model specifically. The people who win in this new era are not the ones who are just best with the tools, but they're the ones who know how to direct it. Now, for me, I pretty much have tried to give you some idea of how I go through my workflow. I would start out in Claude. I would ask it to help me build my character and then build my shots, and then pretty much copy and paste this exact block. And one thing I want to be very, very clear on here, you can see here it says in the Watch Me John Wick, remove any IP, remove anything that mentions something like that. And I actually just tell Claude, like, very, very important to make sure to do something like that. But once I have more or less my idea, the feeling, the arc, then I go into Higgsfield, which you saw. And the one thing I would do differently is I would probably spend more time building out my characters and then building out my video. When you figure out your character, your setting, then it's so much easier to start building these scenes and stitching it together. Now, one of my favorite content creators that I do have to give a shout out to is Adil. He works for Higgsfield, and he actually has a few videos where he goes into depth of how he made some of his animated shorts. Let me just show you a quick example of like what he was showing you here. Something like this. And this used to be a whole animation studio. This is an AI studio. This is something that you can do. Now, if this video was helpful, all I ask is let me know in the comment section your favorite parts, what you liked, what you want to see, what do you feel like I meant, and make sure to check out that description so you can sign up for Higgsfield for yourself. You can start playing with these tools for yourself because you can make money doing them. You can make full-on TV shows. People want to know how to do this because it's something we've always done, but it costs so much money and resources, and you can do it now with Claude, Higgsfield, and I gave you the 3 tools you need. Claude to plan, Seedance to create some really cool clips, Cinema Studio to find a way to stitch it all together. Thanks for tuning in, guys.